We're taking action for you every day, only on 7. This time, it's for a disabled Inkster man on dialysis, but facing an unthinkable horror at home.
Raw sewage flooding into his basement not once, not twice, but 13 times over the past few years.
7 Action News reporter Amira David is on the case to get his family some answers. She joins us now live with more. Amira?
That's right, Dave. Glenda, the man who lives here tells me he often sits right outside in his car to avoid the strong fumes. Now, we couldn't go inside because we don't have the proper gear, but the pictures we have that you're about to see, well, they speak for themselves.
I woke up this morning with a temperature of 102.
Michael Nichols says living in this home is making him sick, and these pictures explain why. This is what he says is lurking in his basement.
The neighborhood residents' feces and urine, vomit, or whatever they flush down their toilet.
A ½ inch of raw sewage. But despite being disabled and on dialysis, this unbearable scene, he tells me, isn't new.
Last 10 years, at least 12, 13 times.
He says it all began in 2008, the sewage from the homes around him pumping into his basement drain. Initially, Nichols says he was told it was his responsibility, but tells me he later learned it was the city that needed to install a specific valve reversing the direction that the sewage flows, as bills began to pile up.
They're charging me 3 times my regular water bill for sewage disposal.
When pressing the city to fix the underlying issue, he says he was told he'd have to front the costs.
They have nobody that they can have come over here and clean up the sewage.
If he doesn't pay, he says he'll have to live with it. But breathing the substance is very dangerous, known to cause headaches, nausea, liver damage, and respiratory disorders, something an ill person just can't afford. So I went looking for answers from the city. No one would speak to me on camera, but within just a few hours, a city worker was back at the home assessing the damages. And I'm just learning the flooded basement, the flooded sewage also created major problems for the furnace and also the hot water tank. So he now has no hot water, he has no heat right now. So the city tells me the first step is to address that issue. They're going to help him get that fixed, then find a solution right after for the sewage problem. They're going to be doing all of this in the next 48 hours. We're going to continue to press them to get some resolve here. But if you have an issue you need us to look into, we want you to send us an email. You can do that at tips@WXYZ.com. For now, in Inkster, Amira David, 7 Action News.
What a mess.
Unbelievable, Amira. We're so glad you're on top of that. Can you imagine?
No, I can't. I can't even imagine. Not for a minute, let alone 10 years, right?
Right.
I mean, oh my.
Well, let's hope someone gets on it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Dave.